All right, so we're moving on from what we learned on Monday, and we're doing two-step equations. According to Ms. Kano, she already taught you what I already taught you last week. So the one-step equations were actually taught in 6th grade. If you had Ms. Kano, I can 100% guarantee that you did learn it with Ms. Kano. If you want her to join this Zoom call to confirm that, that's cool. That's cool. I can ask her to join. Okay, two-step equations. My favorite, like no joke. Two-step equations. All right. Ashley, I recommend office hours, Ashley. Okay, let's do this. 2x plus 10 equals 36. Example 1. Now, if we were to have the test and I said, what's the very first example I had you write down November 5th, you would write this down and you would get full credit for the test. I'm checking to see. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is extremely, extremely, extremely important that you pay attention and you solve these problems the way I'm going to show you right now. Some of you are getting zeros on your assignments because you're not showing work the way I taught it to you. There's a reason why I'm teaching you in that particular way. So it's not that I'm being stubborn, but there's a reason. Remember, I know what's coming. I know what math you have to do later. All right, so we're going to draw the bars. Still the same thing. We are solving for x. We want x all by itself. The x all by itself. But now we have two numbers that are in the way, right? We have the number 2 and we have the number 10, correct? We want x by itself. I got to get rid of the 2 and I got to get rid of the 10. Now, if you move the wrong number first, you get the wrong answer. So pay attention. You move the number that is farthest away from the x first. That's on the same side. So don't look at the 36. The 36 on the other side, you ignore it. So I have the 2, the x, and the 10. Which of these two numbers, the 2 or the 10, is furthest away from your x?
10.
10. Very good. That's the number you move first. You're going to move the 10. How do you move it, though? What do I have to do?
Subtract.
Yes. Why do I subtract? Because this is an addition sign and you have to do the opposite, which is what I taught you last week. So you're going to write down minus 10. And notice, because I think there's one kid in this class who does the minus like on the line. No. You write it underneath. Write it underneath. Do not write the minus 10 up here. You write it down here. All right. This is fine subtraction. Like it's 2nd grade subtraction. We just leave it alone. What's 36 minus 10?
26.
26, right? So we're going to do 26. Drop down the equal sign. Now here, what happens to this? It equals 0. And so we just leave it alone. We don't write it down. Now, did I do anything with this? Nope. So I'm going to bring down everything here. So I just moved the 10. I didn't even touch the 2. So I bring it straight down. Okay, now we're left with what we did on Monday. It's 2x. What does that mean? That means 2 times x. So what do I do to the 2 mathematically to move it? What do I do to the 2 mathematically to move it? Yes.
Divide.
So this is how you show divide. You put the line, put the number 2, put the number 2. So 2x divided by 2, 26 divided by 2. X equals, what's 26 divided by 2?
13.
13. And that's our answer. X equals 13. How many steps did it take to solve for x? 2. 1, 2. That's why it's called a two-step equation. Hopefully next week I teach you multi-step equation. That takes multiple steps. Yes, I know. Listen, remember, rewind to like 2 weeks ago where I said, it's so important you learn how to show work. I know you can do these in your head, right? But I like pushed you and nagged you and was really annoying when I said, you have to show your work. And I know some of you were just like rolling your eyes, frustrated, like, dude, I can do this in my head. Why? Well, this is why. And then they get harder than this. Okay? Just you wait. Okay. Let's do example number 2. Let's do one that's very similar to this to build your confidence. 4x minus 12 equals, let's do, let's do 40. Trying to think of these in my head on the spot. Okay, so we have 4x minus 12 equals 40. So we're going to draw the bars. That kind of just separates it. You want to have x by itself, or you want to have whatever letter it is, by itself. If you move the wrong number first, it will become wrong. 1% it actually is correct. You'll get lucky. But most of the time, if you move the wrong number first, it's all wrong. So you look at the x and you go, what number is furthest away? That's the first number you move. 12. Very good. How mathematically do I move it? Add. So I'm going to add 12, add 12. This is why it's important that you tell me mathematically what it is, because if you just write it down, you're like, wait, am I supposed to add it or subtract it? I don't know. So you write it down, okay? So 40 plus 12. What's 40 plus 12? 52. 52 equals 4x. Where did I get that 4x? From here, right? I just took this and brought it down. This right here, this equals 0. That's why you do the opposite. If it's subtract, you add. Why? Because then you end up with a 0 and you just make it disappear. Okay, so we have 4x. How do I get rid of the 4?
Divide 4. Divide 4.
Yep. So what's 52 divided by 4?
13.
13. Good job. Wait, 13? No. Yes. No. Yes. 10. 44. 48. Yeah, 13. Thank you. I had to do my math too. Oh, look, 213.
I did it so fast. It's so easy.
Good. It's okay. That's good. That's good for you. Some kids are just starting to warm up to the idea. So we're just going to be all patient for everybody. Oh my gosh. What if I'm mean and evil and do this? What if I'm mean and evil and put the X on the other side? Because I can, Jaime. Because I can. Because sometimes your X is on the other side. Do you freak out, give up, throw your pencil in the air? I wish. Yes, it is still the same thing. You still find your X, and you move all the numbers around the X. And you start with the number that's furthest away from the X. Which number is furthest away? Which number is furthest away?
15.
15. How do I move it? Do I add or do I subtract?
Subtract.
Subtract 15. Subtract 15. This gives you 0. We don't even write it down. We save our ink. 65 minus 15 is 50 equals 5x. Divide by 5. Divided by 5. X is equal to 10. So even if it's, written backwards, you're still going to do the same process, right? You're still going to be like, okay, I have to do the opposite. If it's adding, I'm going to be subtracting. If, like on this previous problem, the original one was subtract, you're going to add. The number still stays the same. All the numbers are the same. We don't change any of the opposite numbers. We just change the opposite operations. Okay, how many feel okay about this? We're okay? Okay, next level. Next level. I am recording this. It will be on YouTube. I'll also record my other classes, which I go slower in. So if you want to check out their videos, that's where I go slower. All right. What if I do this? I know it's scary. It's scary. But it's not. It's not. Okay. Draw your bars. Struggle number 1. Okay, there's your X. What number is furthest away? 7. So if you do this, I'm not going to give you any credit for it. What's wrong? You didn't tell me mathematically what you're doing, and I'm going to be the picky teacher that ask you, well, what'd you do to the 7? I don't know. I just moved it. You subtract, but you have to tell me that you're subtracting. Because some kids, they'll be like, well, you just move it to the other side. And I'm like, well, how? Well, you just write it down. And I'm like, cool, I'll give you a 0. They're like, what? I'm like, yeah. I need you to communicate what you're doing. But no buts about it, kids. No buts about it. Okay, how do I move the 6?
Multiply?
Yep. Going to multiply by 6, and this is how I show multiplication. You don't want to write the X for multiplication because X means variables in equations, so be very, 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 very careful. This gets eliminated, equals 1, so we just write X equals, what's 14 times 6? Oops, I ruined it. X equals 84. Yeah, good job, guys. Some of you are private messaging me your answers, which is fantastic. They look really good. All right, what if I go x over 4 minus 10 equals 13? Good head start. Good head start. If you make a mistake, that's fine. At least you try to do something on your own, right? You'll see, if you get a head start, you'll see, and you make a mistake, you'll see where you made your mistake, and you probably won't do it again because you'll realize it. If you wait for me too many times, you're learning, but try to see if you can do it on your own. Reminder, I haven't taken attendance yet. I have not taken attendance. All right. Did you move the 10? Yes, first. Move the 10 first. Did you add 10? Then you're going to multiply by 4. Any questions?